Dear soul, there were moments when you stood completely alone in your pain, lost in the heaviness of your life, asking quietly, why does this keep happening to me? Why does life feel so cruel? You carried that weight for so long, trying to be strong, trying to endure, trying to make sense of it all. And yet beneath the despair, something soft begins to whisper. What if it was never life itself? What if I've been living inside a story I didn't even know I was writing? And in that fragile moment, a crack appears, and light begins to pour in. You start to see that it wasn't fate that kept wounding you. It was something far more hidden, old beliefs, silent, unspoken convictions planted deep in childhood, shaping how you see yourself, how you love, how you live. This is the birth of an epiphany. A realization slices through the fog. You see what you've been blind to for years. But an epiphany, it shakes you. It turns your world inside out, because now you know. It's not about, they lied to me. It's much deeper than that. It's the realization that your very identity has been built on someone else's wounds, and you've been carrying them, calling them your own. Sometimes these moments come softly, in stillness, in silence. You might be sitting by a quiet lake, watching the gentle ripples of water, lost in a memory, when suddenly, boom, a truth rises up so clear, it steals your breath. One of my first epiphanies hit like that. She never cared about me. It was about my mother, a truth that had always been there, yet I had never dared to fully see it. And in that moment, everything unraveled. I saw how I had spent my life, trying, serving, pleasing, desperately hoping she would finally see me. But she never did, and so I became invisible. The version of me she reflected back, empty, unseen, became the story I lived out in every part of my life. That's the power of epiphany. It doesn't just tell you something new. It breaks the chains you didn't even know were there. Because the truth is, the past never really stays in the past. It weaves itself into your present, silently pulling the strings. When I saw this, I finally understood. All my striving, all my exhaustion wasn't for success. It was for recognition, for proof that I was worthy of love. But deep down, I was carrying a lie. I'm not worth noticing. And that lie had been making my choices for me, for years. You see, childhood shapes the lens through which we experience everything. If you were made to feel small, unworthy, invisible, you carry that belief into every relationship, every opportunity, every moment, and life mirrors it back to you. But here's the beautiful, painful key. You have to question everything. Ask yourself, does this remind me of my childhood? Was I punished for speaking up? Did I learn that my voice didn't matter? Because often the very thing you fear, rejection, silence, being overlooked, is exactly what you learn to expect. And so you stop speaking. You avoid conflict. You shrink. And then no one hears you. Not because they won't, but because you stopped trying. But once you see where it began, you take back your power. You catch yourself in those moments. You stop the old story mid-sentence. You choose differently. You speak. You stand. You let yourself be seen. Not with anger, but with the quiet, steady strength of awareness. Every realization is a key. Every epiphany opens a door. Realizations aren't just insight, they're liberation, an invitation to wake up, to break free, to rewrite the story, and to finally become who you were always meant to be.